Trisha Yearwood and Roseanne Cash. That's from Trisha's album Inside Out. We have live music in the studio tomorrow from Eric Bibb. In the meantime, if there's something that just won't wait until tomorrow, you can give me an email call, jb@bbc.co.uk. It's 10:30, so here's Gerry Anderson. The Whistling Gypsy.
Whistling Jack Smith. Do you remember him?
Yeah, Whispering Jack Smith, yeah.
Listen, no, Whistling Jack Smith. No, Whispering Jack Smith.
Yes.
Was there a Whistler?
There was a Whistling Jack Smith as well. Originally, I think it was Whispering Jack Smith, but I could be entirely wrong. Maybe I'm not even speaking to the right person, am I?
You're speaking to the right person. It's Monday, Mr. Anderson here. Do you remember Eric Markham once said to, Ernie Wise? He said, my mother's got a whistler.
Yes, now there's a novelty.
Yes. Listen, am I supposed to be up there today?
Wait a minute, have a look. No, you're not here. Yes, you're booked in up here, but you're not here.
It's tomorrow.
Well, you're not booked in, so don't come tomorrow because you're not booked in.
No, I believe there's been some kind of small misunderstanding. I'll be up there tomorrow morning. I apologise to people involved.
Did you think you were supposed to be here today?
No, but apparently people up there thought, like, including yourself, not that you give two hoots.
No, you're definitely not there because I could see you from here.
I know. But there are people, the production staff, the ones who work behind the scenes that you never acknowledge. As far as they were concerned, I was going to be up there. They have to make arrangements for various studios and all. So I was supposed to be up there today, but some manner of miscommunication. If you could just pass on to them the fact that I will be up tomorrow, if that's all right with them.
I think cock-up is the phrase you're searching
that's
for,
the one
it?
I'm searching for, yes. Did you have a nice weekend?
Yes, I had a very pleasant weekend.
Excellent.
I can't remember what I did, but it was pleasant. I seem to remember at the time.
Probably means you enjoyed yourself.
I did, yes.
Okay.
Watched rugby and things like that.
For God's sake.
I'm not a rugby fan, but big events I like, you see.
Listen, can I just say this to you? Any night on television, Newsline at 6:30, right? Okay, Noel Thompson, I want you to talk to him.
Yeah.
Because every night, there's all kinds of football matches and cricket matches on. He ignores them. But when there was a rugby match, he always says, I hope the lads do well. He's obviously he's a rugby, but tell him to keep it to himself.
You think he is biased towards rugby?
He is indeed. Same way as you're biased towards golf. I mean, you've learned over the years to keep that to yourself. But I mean, he hasn't learned. Tell him, please.
What authority do you base that remark that I'm biased towards golf?
Because the fact
because you're always talking about it.
No, the fact that whenever I come down there, you're always wearing a golf cap. And as soon as I can see your little arse disappearing down the corridor.
It's an accessory. It's a fashion accessory. It's not a golf cap, it's a duncher.
I've seen you with your clubs in the studio in the morning.
Well,
that leads me to consider...
Tell everybody about it.
That leads me to consider that maybe you're perhaps a little interested in the game. I mean, if I came in here with a wobble board, what would you say? Can you guess what it is yet?
G'day.
I think we'll go on now. Crack on, if you don't mind, John.
So you're definitely not here today?
No, but I'll see you tomorrow morning. Maybe you and I can have a chat in the studio tomorrow. You can ask me about all the things I'm up to.
Bring your clubs.
All right, then.
Bye.
Okay, watch your 7-iron. This is Dwight Yoakam, Things We Said Today, or whatever, something like that.
You say you will love me if I have to go. You'll be thinking of me. Somehow I will know. Someday when I'm lonely, wishing you weren't so far away, then I will remember things we said today. Say you'll be mine, girl, till the end of time. These days, such a kind girl seems so hard to find. Someday when we're dreaming, deep in love, not a lot to say, then we will remember things we said today. I'm just a lucky guy. Love to hear you say that love is love, and though we may be blind, love is here to stay, and that's enough to make you mine, girl. Be the only one. Love me all the time, girl. We'll go on and on. time, girl. We'll go on and on. Someday when we're dreaming, deep in love, not a lot to say, then we will remember things we said today.
That's Dwight Yoakam. That's a Beatles song, Things We Did Today. You probably have seen Dwight Yoakam recently in a fantastic BBC Two series that's on at the moment called The Lost Highway, Story of Country Music. It was on there last Saturday. It's been on this last 3 Saturdays. Don't miss it. It's on again next Saturday, as far as I know. Especially for people who think that country music is Michael English. It's always a mistake to make. The number to ring if you want to contact this programme is 08459 555 678. You can send us an email at jerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk. Today, Mr. Coyle, we have to pay tribute to the passing of a man who I think you'll agree is one of the nicest guys we ever met.
Yes.
Adam Fay.
Yes, absolutely.
What a gentleman.
Yes,
I had the privilege of interviewing him on television a number of years ago. And wasn't he just the nicest guy you ever met? Compared to the, when you think of some of the others.
Funny enough, I was deliberately reading everything about him in the papers because what people were saying about him, you knew
true.
from personal experience that's true what they're saying about him being a nice fella and
genuinely,
wasn't big-headed.
We can genuinely say that he was the best that we ever met.
The nicest fella ever.
And we've met some pukes, haven't we?
Yeah.
But he was by far away the nicest guy. And I was so sorry to hear that he died. I'm going to play. He gave us this album, remember?
That's right.
This was his last album. He tried to make a bit of a comeback, and he made this album, which is called Midnight.
It's autographed to me.
It is, yeah.
It's autographed inside.
It is indeed, yeah.
I want you to look at it.
Yes. It's called Midnight Postcards.
Yeah.
So let's play a little track of it in memory of a really nice guy.
Will you talk to John on one?
Yeah, but I want to play this first.
But when did you talk to John?
No, I want to play
But
this.
John, just on bugging John.
Hello, John?
Yes, hello, Mr. Anderson.
What seems to be the trouble, John?
It's John here. I was just wondering, are you still reading out the text messages?
I get fed up with them after a while because every once in a while they don't work, and and I get emails from people saying your text messaging doesn't work, but we'll fix it soon, and then they come back and they say it's fixed now. So then they come and get back again the next day and they say there's something wrong with it, and then they come back again, it's all right now. So I get fed up with it. But I may resurrect it today because after all, that's what I'm here for, to facilitate the procedure.
Well, that's what I wondered. I'm a hapless license payer,
Okay. I'll tell you what I'll do. You see, I've been very lax this last few days. I've been disappointed with the quality of the text messages because it seems to be.
Well, I hope you got mine all right.
Well, I hope yours wasn't as dirty as the others.
No, I have never sent you one. No, there's no intention of sending it. No.
Now, let me just explain the way this thing works, you see.
What I'm interested in is hearing a few impersonations.
Ah, well, you see, that's how
from Mr. Coyle.
Ah, well, you're talking to the wrong man, you see. I've been working at some great length.
Well, this is probably the last I'll speak to you, because he'll make a note of the number and he won't put it through.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. He's,
If he realises that that's about impersonations, that'll be the end of it.
It's dereliction of duty. He came out the other day with
Gerry Show?
a series of... Hear that? She's pretending to answer the phone now.
Yes,
He came out the other day with a series of what I can only describe as spontaneous impersonations. And,
yes, we're excellent.
Did you hear that?
Yes, excellent, yes.
But so far...
I mean, they're great fun. I mean, he's very good at them.
Yeah,
why doesn't he just do a few for
Yeah, well, he wants more money, you see.
Well, that's all right.
Ah, but you see, it's not up to me to grant him the extra cash. It's not up to me. It's other people. And the other people are not responding. You see, he won't do them. He can be bought, I've noticed.
Well, yes, I mean, could the station controller not arrange a few extra pounds?
Well, I don't know. It's a question that's beyond my...
or General Dyke or somebody,
It seems to have dug in his heels about this.
Yes.
But I personally think that he's cutting off his own nose to spite his face.
You have tried with him every possible way. You've been...
Yes,
You've been conciliatory with him. You've been fairly aggressive.
Good cop, bad cop, good cop, bad cop.
Yes.
I have to say to you, with some degree of trepidation, I think he's walking himself into the sack.
Well, this is it, yes.
Because there are
I'm worried about seeing him in Shipquay Street next time I'm up in the city, you know.
Oh, what about behind the Guildhall, where all the alcoves go?
No, in a doorway with a tin mug, you know.
There's a great site in Derry, Stoke London, there anyone wants to come look at the alcoholics. Behind the Guildhall, where they're begging and annoying Japanese tourists. But then again, the fact that the council ordinance says that nobody's allowed to drink in the middle of the street is dutifully ignored. And may I say this to you, that Mr. Coyle is in a very sticky wicket because there are young lads coming up.
Well, this is it.
There are young lads coming up in every pub in the country. There's men doing impersonations, and I am not impervious to this. I've heard them. I've often looked at a young lad and said, I kind of fancy him. Not in the way that you think, may I say. But I've often heard a young lad... No, I often heard a young lad doing impersonations and saying, look at that old, mouldy old fig Coyle who's sitting in there being abusive to people on the phone and demanding more money for second-rate impersonation. I said to myself, why do I have to tolerate this kind of carry-on at all?
He's a Maiden City's answer to Mike Yarwood.
What do you say to this man here? Have you been listening to what he's got to say? I know you've been pretending to answer the phone.
No, I was.
This man is saying that I
heard an expression on the TV the other day.
You see, he changes the subject.
Yeah, here we go.
We won't talk about that.
I want to ask you two boys this. To explain it to
the subject.
I know he does.
This is important to me.
Oh, it's important to you, yes.
I heard...
Therefore, we must drop everything and listen.
I heard a guy saying, I was during a football match, and he was saying that this team was getting the upper hand on the other team. He says, they're getting up ahead of steam.
Yes.
Can you explain that to me?
Oh, for God's sake, man.
What's the origin of it?
That's an old railway term.
Well, what does it mean?
All it means is they're building up to something.
So they're getting up ahead of steam.
Yes, to get underway, yes.
Ahead of steam.
Getting up ahead of steam. Explain it to me.
And the old steam locomotives, when they used to stoke the boiler, the head of steam. You had to get ahead of steam to make the thing move. For God's sake, don't you leave your home at all?
Ahead of steam?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what they called it. That's what the train people called it.
What? So
ahead of steam.
Look, do you know all I'm asking?
The boiler has to
They need a certain amount of pressure before the train moves.
I'm asking. Please explain.
Exactly, yes.
Right, so the train's sitting in the station.
Yes.
And the man's got a big fire going. Shovel.
Yes.
But it has to reach a certain temperature
before
watching his gauge.
Yeah.
He's watching his gauge.
Yeah.
And when it reaches the gauge, he says, we can go now.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's been built up ahead of steam.
Ahead of steam?
Yeah, are you English? Do you understand English at all?
I couldn't get it.
What's that got to do with
by the way, stop. Now, quiet. This man must know why you don't do any impersonations. I told him it's because you're holding out for more money, and I told him I think it's cheap and shabby. Come on, what have you got to say for yourself?
Does that man know I have a sore eye?
You see, this is what I'm up against. I don't care about your sore eye. Come on, tell him why.
I was at the hospital this morning
at
9 o'clock.
Tell him why you don't do impersonations. Go on. Is it because of money? Come on.
I have a sore eye.
Come on. Is that why you don't do impersonations? Because you got a sore eye?
Yeah.
You're a lying swine.
What does it have to do with his voice?
I know.
Leave me alone, the two of you.
They're two areas of the body.
You're heading for a fall boy. I'm telling you, fall boy. Is it a tall boy? You're heading for a fall boy. I'm telling you, there's young lads in pubs all over the country doing impersonations.
I would like a fall boy.
You see this? What can I say? I thank you for trying, sir.
Yes, I mean, heaven's sake,
thank you for trying.
Can we not do something about it?
You do somebody before we go.
Alan's on too.
Do somebody before we...
I will not. Alan's on too.
Did you hear that?
He just changes the subject every time.
Stark refusal. Okay. Listen, you've tried, and thank you very much for that.
I'm a customer.
I know, I have to leave you now. I have to shut you off now because you've fulfilled your usefulness as far as I'm concerned. You'll have to go now.
Okay. Right, okay then.
Thank you, bye. Bye, there's another idiot here. Hello, good morning, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, sorry, you're not an idiot. I'm sorry.
Not like yourself.
I'm sorry. It was a slip of the tongue.
Hey, you made a comment there a short while ago there about these that listens to this country music.
Yeah.
I thought it was very offensive to me.
Well, are you Michael English?
No, I'm not.
Well, why should you be offended? I said that people who think that country music is Michael English should think twice. Well, why are you offended by this?
Because I love country music and I play country music.
Yeah.
I do discos and country music.
Yeah. Do you line dance?
Yes.
You see, that's the problem. Go ahead, Henry, defend yourself.
What's the problem? What do you mean that's the problem?
There's something wrong with line dancers, and I have to say to you that, there is something fundamentally wrong with line dancers. Anyone who gets their kicks from staring at the back of a woman's head from 3 feet away, there's something fundamentally wrong.
Oh, I disagree with you there entirely.
No, that's okay. What kind of music do you like? Come on, who are your favourite artists? Michael English? Hugo?
Yeah, no, not I wouldn't
Hugo?
say. I listen to some of their stuff.
But, you see, it's a fatal flaw.
Garth Brooks, Alan Jackson,
Yeah.
Shania Twain,
Oh, yeah.
the Tractors,
Oh,
the Wright Brothers,
oh. You're in trouble.
and you've got loads of others.
What about
What do
Farmer
you mean
Dan?
I'm in trouble?
Have you got the copy of the Wiggle Wiggle?
Yes.
You see. You see, there's no hope for you. I'm afraid you're a terminal case.
Yourself, you
I mean,
mean?
see, it's
If you think like that.
it's a question of opinion, you see. You don't know that you're damned. And, you know, I can't help you. Because,
Yes.
you know, if you don't know that you're in trouble, you know, how can people help you?
And we run a beautiful line dance club there down the shore.
And I wish you all the best. But, you know, it's sad. But I'm sorry. But, you know, there's nothing I can do to help you.
So I think it's not about time you played it yourself.
It's time I played the Wiggle Wiggle.
Well, you can play your Wiggle Wiggle, no problem.
No. But, see, this is what concerns me, you see.
Yes.
Now, I am not without criticism. I have been criticised by the very best. I have been sniped at by experts. And I've never once gone back and asked why they snipe at me. You accept it, you see, but you're making the mistake of actually challenging me. You see, you can say whatever you want about me. I'll never come to
You're getting on like a pissy, right?
Please don't say that to me.
You are honest to God.
Oh, no, please.
Look at the comment they come out with there just over a year ago.
What?
About line dancers.
Oh, God. Please don't bundle me in there. Oh, no.
That's what you're heading for.
No, forgive me. Forgive me. I don't think it's sinful. I just don't think it's sinful enough. That's the difference.
You want to go and catch yourself on, man?
I know. You see, but I say many's a thing, but don't be offended, because I don't mean any offence. I know you're probably mortally wounded and feel shabbily treated. But let me just say to you that, you know, it's only me talking.
Are you going to wear a point this year by any chance?
Pardon?
Are you going to wear a point this year by any chance?
I think I might be afraid to. Why, is that where you live?
No, it's not where I live.
Why? Why do you ask?
Because that's where we'll be our dinner dancing, and I hope you're there.
Well, I hope to be greeted with a welcome.
Because I'll be giving you by some stick, I tell you.
But you see, isn't the beauty of it is that you're on here and you're able to say what you like. It's not the beauty of it.
Oh, yes.
People can choose to either come on my side or yours, and I'm sure 90% of the audience will be on your side, but then I've always been a loner. But see, I'll defend to the death. This is why my uncle fell at the Somme, so that you have the opportunity. This is why my Uncle Jimmy fell heavily at Dunkirk, so that you have the opportunity to come back and tell me that I'm wrong. It's what's called a democratic society, even though many of our politicians are fighting against it. We need democracy here.
Well, here
and by thunder, this is democracy in action. Don't you agree?
Oh, I do agree, yes.
All right, anything else to say to yourself?
I'd be an idiot if I didn't agree, wouldn't I?
No.
Well, here, keep up a good show, man.
Okay, thank you.
All the best, night.
Bye. See where I handled him?
Yeah, you were very good. Can you help
I handled
Sally?
him in such, an even-handed way, in such a way he was quite friendly at the end, even though he was hostile at the start.
The country programme on Saturday, I think, is featuring the girls, the females.
Next Saturday?
Next Saturday, so, yeah. That'll be Dolly and Loretta Lynn and all that crowd, I would imagine.
All that crowd?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, listen, would you help Sally on one? Sally has turned to you for help.
Good morning, Sally. Long, tall Sally, Mustang Sally. Which one are you?
I am small, short Sally.
Small, short Sally. If you're short enough, you're big enough.
I'm ringing up on behalf of my grandson, who's only 5.
Right.
And he has a verruca, and he's had it for quite a time, and it is spreading. And I wanted to know if you put out a word there for anyone who has a charm or a cure for it. We've tried everything from the doctors and the chemists, and we can't get anything to cure it.
Oh, you just have to put him in a cage.
Yes, well, that's the alternative, but I don't like...
No, he may not like that.
No, he may not like that.
So what have you tried? Have you tried the old pumice stone?
Yeah, well, we tried that, and we have tried a thing called bazooka, and we've tried another thing that we got from the chemist.
Bazooka?
I know, the cream is called bazooka.
Well, bazooka seems quite extreme.
It is. And,
you have to get the aim just right, don't you?
Yes.
You have to stand back about 100.
blow his toe off. Yeah.
Bazooka. No, I know the stuff you mean.
Yes.
Right.
So we're looking for someone. We know they're about the countryside. These charms and cures, but at the moment we don't know of anybody who has it.
Seems to me that you've given up hope in conventional medicine.
Yes, we have at the moment because it's not getting anywhere and it's spreading. He's another couple now coming up, and he's only 5, and it's very distressing every night to put this stuff on and use this pumice stone and one thing and another.
No, it's no joke that.
No, it's not.
So we'll have to fall back on the old juju.
Yes. Exactly. I'm a great believer in it.
The Irish, the Celtic juju.
The Celtic juju, yeah.
Okay, so anyone out there, any idea what kind of charm is knocking about, or anyone out there has got any kind of supernatural power,
yes,
or unearthly power that if they lay hands upon a young man's foot,
yes,
his verruca will miraculously disappear? What would a person do with a verruca who's lost faith in conventional medicine? What about Jan de Vries? Put some ginkgo biloba on some foot.
Well, that's
foot angles, foot over the ends of the bed, and put some ginkgo biloba. Put 15 drops twice a day. Hitler.
I would rather have the charm.
All right then. Okay. Anyone
Listen,
out there?
Just in a minute. The country program on Saturday night was brilliant.
Yeah, that's great.
But the only thing I couldn't comment on was they didn't mature very well from these very handsome young men to So I'm interested to see the women. I think the women probably have matured better.
Well, with the aid of the knife. Indeed. You see, the men tend to, in my experience, most of the best country singers, and it's borne out by history, tend to hit the old bottle and the pills hard.
Yeah, but I'm told now, when you saw them in their younger days now, they had changed greatly. But I must admit now, they're men of character and great fun to talk, great talk, great crack.
Yeah, see, all these guys, you see, they punishing schedules. I mean, I know a little bit about this because I talked to some people who are actually, who were with them. People like Merrill Haggard, Johnny Cash, these people lived hard.
Yeah.
They travelled an awful lot. They did an awful lot of gigs in their early days, and one of the things that kept them going, they took a lot of drugs and drink.
Yeah.
Purely to keep going, and then it just caught up with them. I'm afraid so, yeah. It's not like today, people are driving around limousines, you know.
And waited on hand and foot.
Exactly.
Have all the bouncers and one thing
Excuse me, I'm being interrupted rudely. What?
I didn't mean to rudely interrupt.
Well, stop doing it then.
I only tried to tell Sally that we've got help for her on 3. Irene's had the same problem.
Okay. Hello, Irene?
Hello?
Irene, well, what's that old lady's name?
That's Sally.
Sally, Irene, you're through to Sally.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, tell Sally what you did with your verruca.
Oh, right. Oh, not mine. It wasn't my verruca. Hello, Sally.
Hello.
It wasn't mine. It was my daughter had one.
So tell me what you did.
And I had the same problem. I tried everything, and I went to the doctor.
Yeah.
And I think it was liquid nitrogen that it had to be burnt out.
Liquid nitrogen?
I think it was that. I'm not sure.
That's how you make atomic bombs, for God's sake.
Well,
that's the only thing that will take it, that will remove it.
Oh, no, be very careful with liquid nitrogen, Sally, for God's sake. Eileen, what would you do with liquid nitrogen?
I think it was in a big, it's frozen, you know, and he put the little tube in, and it was actually of burning it out. That's the only way.
Who did this again? Who did this?
The doctor.
The doctor, that's okay.
That's the only way that you can remove a verruca, but you'll not get it out any other way because it is so deeply embedded that it will not come out no matter what you do.
Liquid nitrogen. You should ask a doctor about that, Sally. By no means try that yourself.
Oh, no, you can't try it yourself. You have to go to the doctor.
I know.
But they do. They burn it out with this.
But I was trying to get a charm or something before this would happen, you know.
No, nothing else will work. I can assure you it not.
There you are, Sally. Go to the doctor and ask him about that. Maybe he never bored his arse telling you about that.
Right. Well, I don't understand because I said this is what they did for me. They did this for her because, I tried everything myself.
Some doctors, don't do certain things for reasons best known to themselves, unless you suggest it to them.
As well.
Pardon?
A chiropodist as well would be your best bet as well because I had a friend who was a chiropodist and they can deal with it as well.
Right. Would they use that liquid nitrogen thing?
I don't know what they would do, but some doctors would refer you to chiropodists.
Have you tried a chiropodist, Sally?
No.
Well, maybe you should, before you start, summoning up the juju.
We were hoping and praying that we could get a charm before we'd have to go down this road, because being only 5, it's a bit of a traumatic experience.
Well, my daughter was very young as well when she had it. But at the end of that was the only thing that did cure it for her, and thank goodness it has never come back again.
All right then, Eileen, thanks very much.
Okay,
there you are, Sally.
Anyway, Eileen, thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, love, bye.
Right, bye.
Bye. Okay, Sally, there's a couple of... so ask a doctor about liquid nitrogen, and then maybe if you get no joy out of him, maybe ring up a chiropodist and ask him about it.
Well, maybe somebody else will ring in with a charm.
That as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right,
anyway.
Love. Bye. Bye. What would the people of Northern
Where are you
Ireland...
now?
What would they do without me?
Where are you now?
Where am I now?
Have you somebody on 2? You talked to Irene on 3.
I talked to Eileen, I talked to Sally. I've dismissed both of them.
Sally was on
They've gone
1.
back to their daily duties, yes?
You have a light on 2.
Oh, have I really? Well, it's making a very strange noise.
Well, there's no one there. That's all
no,
right.
that means there's no one there.
So we can cancel all 3 lanes.
Do you think I could maybe play the Adam Faith song now? After all, I was trying to play it 20 minutes ago.
Well, would you just say happy birthday to Sybil Mercer from Valerie and Billy.
Sybil Mercer?
Yes.
Sounds like a car.
Well, it's her birthday today.
Happy birthday, Sybil Mercer.
From Valerie and Billy.
Okay, from Valerie and Billy. Happy wishes? That's wrong. No, best wishes. That's the one.
Right.
And I'd like to say also play a request for Catherine, Esther and Hazel, who work in packing and dispatch at TG Aiken Limited. They work really hard every day. It would be nice for them to know that they are appreciated. Anything by Mrs. Miller would be good, because when she comes on, Alan, the boss, leaves the room. Well, this is the type of behaviour we have to encourage. We'll play Mrs. Miller directly after the news, make sure he's in so he can leave on time. And
there's a man in Armagh wants to know where can he get meals and wheels in the Armagh area.
Don't know. Well, maybe we should be asking that soon. Here's listen, let's play this Adam Faith song, because I was so sad to hear about Adam Faith. He's 62, you know. And my mother, you know, had a unique attitude towards people who died. My mother died when she was 97. But a couple of years before she died, you know, of some people that she'd known would die, I would say to her, "Oh, Mrs. McGuinness is dead," and she'd say, "What age was she?" "Oh, she was 87." She said, "Oh, she was no age at all." This is the late Adam Faith.
Without you, every dream I had would simply disappear. My life amounts to nothing without you here, and it's true. Without you, there's nothing very much I could expect to do. Whenever I'm in doubt, I always turn to you, and I do. Doors, no one wanted me. You helped me find the strength to keep my dignity, and it's you. Without you, everything I do just wouldn't mean a thing. I'd lay around my pit hoping the phone would ring. Without you, disappear. My life amounts to nothing without you here, and it's true. Without you, everything I do just wouldn't mean a thing. I'd lay around my pit hoping the phone would ring. Without you,
That's Adam Faith, who sadly died over the weekend. That's from an album, his last album, which was called Midnight Postcards. That's a song called Not Without You. Right, Dana Lyons sends me an email. He's coming back here. Dana Lyons, of course, recorded Coils with Guns, a very popular song in this programme. And he's doing a gig in the Errigal Inn in Belfast on Sunday the 22nd of March. That's only a couple of weeks' time. Yeah, Sunday the 22nd of March, and then the following night, the Monday, it'll be in Donegal in McGrory's of Culdaff, a place that I know well, and which I indeed spent many happy hours last Saturday night in the company of many men from Belfast who were out very drunk, playing golf. We'll be back.
92 to 95 FM.
And 1341 medium wave.
BBC Radio Ulster.
It's 11 o'clock. This is the news with Alison Black. The International Development Secretary, Claire Short, is facing criticism for describing Tony Blair's approach to Iraq as deeply reckless. Ms Short said she'd resign if Britain went to war without the backing of the United Nations. Downing Street has said it was surprised by the remarks. The Home Office Minister, Beverly Hughes, thinks Ms Short should have discussed her concerns with her Cabinet colleagues first.
It's surprising that at a time of critical importance, when everybody, including the government, wants to get a second resolution and is working flat out to get that second resolution, that it's surprising to have a Cabinet Minister expressing her views on the radio, not to the Prime Minister and her colleagues around the Cabinet table.
A body's been found in the River Lagan in Lisburn. A search began after suspicious activity was picked up on CCTV cameras near the island centre on the Queen's Road last night. Blood was later found close to the river. A County Tyrone campaigner against mobile phone masts says her neighbours support the cutting down of a mast at the weekend. The mast at Gortaclare near Omagh is close to the home of Jean Reid. Mrs Reid says she doesn't know who cut it down, but that she's delighted at the action.
We are delighted that the death sentence for the residents of Gortaclare has been lifted. Masts, they silently kill men, women and children. We are glad the deadly weapon has been cut down before it got the chance to slaughter those living in the area.
The Ulster Unionist leader David Trimble says devolution can be restored rapidly if Republicans do what is necessary, but he doubts whether they can meet those obligations. Mr Trimble told a news conference that he needs an IRA statement the war is over, visible decommissioning and an end to all paramilitary activities before he can go back into the Assembly. A German court has jailed 4 Algerian men of planning a bomb attack on a Christmas market in Strasbourg in December 2000. Prosecutors said the group had trained at Al-Qaeda camps in Afghanistan. The government is launching a scheme today to help women who have been brought to the UK and forced to work as prostitutes. The Home Office is to provide safe houses for women who have escaped or been rescued from brothels. Kim Catcheside reports.
The Chief Superintendent of the Clubs and Vice Unit of the Metropolitan Police, Simon Humphrey, says there's been a huge increase in the number of brothels operating out of massage parlours, saunas and private houses around the capital. 80% of the women working in them are from other countries, mostly from Eastern Europe, and there's growing evidence that a significant proportion have been brought in by criminal gangs and forced into prostitution. This year, his officers rescued 2 teenage children from brothels. Adult victims are usually deported as illegal immigrants, but the Home Office is launching a new initiative to give women temporary sanctuary in the UK in sheltered accommodation.
And the weather, very windy with sunny spells and scattered showers, some heavy at times. The maximum temperature 11 degrees Celsius. Tonight remaining windy with further showers. BBC Radio Ulster News.
BBC Radio Ulster.
Travel news. At the International Airport, the 11:30 arrival from Birmingham has been cancelled, as has the 12:05 departure to Birmingham. Passengers will, however, be accommodated on later flights. Gas pipes are being laid on the Old Dundonald Road. As a result, the road has been closed between Wanstead Road and Cumber Road. A diversion is in place via East Link Road. And finally, in County Antrim, the Coast Road has been closed at Garran Point between Carlock and Waterfoot, and that's following a landslide. Sinead Maguire reporting.
Travel news from BBC Radio Ulster.
And as soon as that over and I'm just about to sneeze. I'll try not to. It's 4 minutes past 11 o'clock.
Don't.
I'm going to sneeze.
Thinking something.
I hate that. What do I think of?
I don't know. You can
think of your rise.
Of my what?
Your rise. The money you're going to get for doing
I thought you said my eyes. Think of your eyes.
No, I don't think of your eyes. Think of the money you're going to get when you do them. Do one now.
Would you say...
I'll give you a $5 here. Here.
Would you say hello to Noel Ray and Ursula Doherty, and could you please play McRawhide for them, please? I don't want your filthy money.
I'll give you a $5 if you do Roy Walker. Go on.
No.
Go on. I'll give you €10. I've got 10 here. Give you €10.
He hasn't got his wallet.
I've got a wallet out. I've got €10 in it for left over from the weekend.
No.
I always take my money out of the country at the weekend. Make sure they don't use it here to build another stormont. Do something, will you? I'll give you €10. Go on, do something.
What about Noel Ray?
For God's sake, I'm going to turn you off. I'm fed up. That's me. I'll never turn you on again. That's you finished now. That's you finished. Please play a request for Mada. I think it means my father. Mada John Kelly in Ballymena, who's celebrating his birthday today. If you could put it on around 11 a.m, I'd be grateful. Well, you can't get much near 11 a.m. unless you burst into the news, and they don't like that. That's from all his family, sons, daughters, and grandchildren. Have a great day, Dad. If you could play him something from them guys who sing Mickey Marley's Roundabout. Sounds like Barnbrack to me. That's what it is. No, you can't have that good a birthday. That's regards from Stephen, his son. And here's, this is from, who's this? Wilma, from the other side of the Bath. I wonder if you could be a dear and send a request to my darling Fred, who'd be listening to you whilst at work at Power Screens. Tell him I love and miss him very much, and can't wait to the weekend when he'll be sailing across the Bath to meet me in Trin. I think she possibly is referring to the Irish Sea. That's what we know. We don't call it the Bath. Tell him I promise it'll be a weekend that he'll never forget. I must be going to buy him chocolates. Please play The Power of Love for us. Certainly not. I can only listen to your show on NTL, but listen when I can, because it's bra. Obviously a Scottish expression. May I take the opportunity to congratulate Mickey Joe Hart in winning the Eurostar competition last night and representing Ireland in the Eurovision Song Contest. Mickey Joe Hart, I've always thought he was really good. Good to see him getting a break. As a matter of fact, he's just from up the road in Strabane, Lifford, County Donegal, Strabane, whatever you prefer. He straddles the border. Well done, Mickey. Good man.
This is the day the cuckoo likes, and so do I. Whether hails fall down in different shapes, and the swallows fly to a hidden beach where boats don't go, where wild abandon fills my soul, and I hear the squealing as the seagulls away off home they go. And so do I. So do I. This is the day the fisherman likes, and so do I. When the rain puts a shine on the chestnut spikes, hear the curlews cry. The nightingale sings her best. We'll drink a pint in Hamilton's Rest, and the girl I love wore a muslin dress, and the fisherman dream of the sun in the west, and so do I. And so do I. Now I can see, since the girl dearly has cast her loving spell on me. I'll cross the 7 oceans forevermore. I'll wander till she has cast her loving spell on me. This is the day the cuckoo likes, and so do I. And this is the day the fisherman likes, and so do I. The cuckoo likes, and so do I. And so do I.
of folks like Dennis Hopper, and Bob Seger, and Sonny and Cher. She feels safe now in Sbarro and Fairfax. And from the stage I can tell that she can't let go and she can't relax. And just before she hangs her head to cry, I sing to her a lullaby. I sing everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye, rockabye. She still lives with her mom outside the city, down that street about a half a mile. And all her friends tell her she's so pretty, but she'd be a whole lot prettier if she smiled once in a while. 'Cause even her smile looks like a frown. She's seen her share of devils in this angel town. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye, rockabye. I ain't so sure about this place. It's hard to play a gig in this town and keep a straight face. And it seems like everybody's got a plan. It's kind of like Nashville with a tan. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye. Everything's gonna be alright. To rockabye, rockabye. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye.
There we are. That's good. That was Lullaby by, what's his name? Sean Mullins, of course it is, from an album called Soul Core. And before that was Christy Moore, of course, singing a song called So Do I. Christy Moore will be in the studio. I'm really looking forward to it next week. Not this week, next Thursday the 20th. He's going to come in and sing a few songs for us. Great privilege for him to be in here. He's the man. He's the man, isn't he?
What's that?
I was just telling the people that Christy Moore is coming in here for an hour. I'm really looking forward to that. You don't like him, do you?
I do.
You don't like his music?
I do.
You don't? Don't be pretending there. You don't like it. I'm the only one that has any taste in this building. Even Eamon Freely doesn't like him, and he should know better. I don't know what's wrong with you people.
Oh, God bless us.
Anyway, here's the text number for the benefit of people out there. I've been willfully neglecting the text this last 3-4 days. Of course, well, this last 3 or 4 working days, if I use the term working loosely to describe
You played
what
Dwight
I do here.
Yoakam.
I played Dwight Yoakam.
And you condemn me from a great height for playing Dwight Yoakam?
I know I've never condemned you from a great height.
Yes, you have.
No.
Yes, you have.
I've never condemned you
yes,
from...
you did.
I've condemned you from a great height from doing other things, but never for playing Dwight Yoakam.
It was part of your Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mick and Titch line that you use all the time.
And don't forget Herman's Hermits.
Herman's Hermits, and Dwight Yoakam.
I've never done that.
Yes, you added...
I'm going to have to turn you off. I'm telling you, because you're getting very annoying. Because I have never slagged you. I've always liked Dwight Yoakam. And I've never liked you.
Did you hear Buck Owens on about the bass players?
Well, he was right, wasn't he?
Well, I don't know, was he?
Yeah.
You're a bass player. I don't know.
He was absolutely right. Well, what did he say?
I couldn't understand a word he said.
Did
you hear? He's the first American that I couldn't understand.
What was he saying about bass players again? Remind me.
I couldn't. I gathered that when they recorded in Nashville, there was too much emphasis on the bass.
Yes.
And it was all bass coming at you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he went to... Where did he go to?
I don't know.
He went to the place in California. What do you call that studio recording place?
Go get on with it.
You.
Go on.
And they
well, what he meant was too much bass in his voice.
They didn't. Oh, did they?
Yes, what he meant, yeah. That's what's called no top.
But he was talking around, yeah.
Well, that's the way Americans talk.
I couldn't understand.
Peter Sellers used to always say to do an impersonation, of course you would not know about impersonations because you don't do them anymore. Mm-hmm. Peter Sellers used to always say that the way to do an impression of American is you just say the same word over and over again. You know what that word is? Hern. You just go hern. Why don't you do an impersonation, for God's sake? Hern. You can see how it works, don't you?
I like it. Do you know
Hern.
On Radio Western Saturday morning,
I missed that too.
I'm tentatively here on Saturday. So repeat it on Wednesday night at
Good.
7 o'clock.
Text number to ring of this programme. I've ignored the text very badly. I must read some of the messages out. You've been sending me messages.
You have a man on one.
I know that. Stop interrupting me, please. I'm talking about the text people. People have been sending me text messages. Many of them filthy. But I haven't read any out, I think almost last week. So you can send them again if you like. Clean them up a bit, please. I'm delicate. The number is 077 86 20 22 23. I'll repeat that for the benefit of users whose fingers aren't fast enough. 077 86 20 22 23. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Who's that?
It's Meg.
Meg?
Yes.
How are you?
Not too bad, Gerry. How's yourself?
All right. Can't complain, really.
I tell you what I'm looking to see if you could help me. I'm looking for a small toy. It's Stuart Little.
Oh, yes, I remember that. A little mouse, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
I have a little girl in desperation for one.
A small mouse, Stuart Little toy thing, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a wee bit passé, isn't it? Did she have one for a long time?
No, she has just recently seen it and wanted it.
Oh, good.
She's just sort of coming to the age, you know.
Well, why didn't you say, no, you can't have it? Did you ever think of that for an approach?
No.
All right, then. So we have to have it.
Yeah.
It's a short little mouse thing. And you can buy these commercially, can you?
I think so, yes.
All right, then. Well, there should be no great trouble in finding that.
Well, apparently, I mean, like if Toy Master and that doesn't have them, but I was thinking maybe somebody might have one at home that, maybe they no longer want, or, they would sell or give away or whatever.
You don't mind if it's second-hand?
No.
All right, then, okay, that's a different story. So anyone who's got a second-hand Stuart Little wee mousey thing and wants to get rid of it, or indeed wants to get it out of the way, or indeed, would just prefer to give it to you as a gift or whatever, and you're prepared to pay.
Because some children maybe have them and they're tired looking at it, or
because
fed
the
up
children,
with it.
the children are jaded.
Yes.
The children are jaded. Well, see, Stuart Little, that'd be old news now, wouldn't it?
Well, I think the movie came out last year.
Well, I think there were two of them.
Was there two? I'm not really up on them,
No, neither am I. I think there's a Stuart Little too. Once I see anything with Hugh Laurie in it, I automatically turn away.
Oh, I see.
He used to be a great stalwart of comic relief. With a little luck, he won't be in it this year. Because there's enough tubes in it already. All right, we'll try and find that for you.
You do that. Okay. And Gillian has my phone number.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye. Here's an email from a lady. I don't know what her name is, or maybe it's Liza. It's late Susan. She says, heard your show on Wednesday, but I was too poorly to email you. Re, your upper torso correspondent, he admitted, omitted to inform you that Richard and Judy had several women on their show on Tuesday past with casts of their upper torsos before and after bust enhancement treatment. Well, you see, people are getting desperate now. There's so much crap on TV that people are just bringing naked women on to boost their listening figures, and it always works. It works with me, I have to tell you. Being somewhat challenged in this area, I can boast. I have the body of a 16-year-old from the midriff to the neck, but I don't want it. You can have it back. I felt great sympathy for those women for whom the treatment achieved no evident improvement, but maybe the experience was enjoyable, who knows? Yes, women are entitled to, breast enlargement, if they wish, or bust enhancement, I think is the term. Anyway, old men in cheap jeans. Do you not think that you might possibly be a little last year in the choice of the front bleached jeans you were wearing in the recent Country Files series? Well, you see, I was a little last year because it was filmed last year. And as a matter of fact, I have to be honest with you, I am indeed wearing, at the moment, a pair of front bleached jeans. And no, your bum definitely did not look big in them. Now, I have a little tiny bum, rapidly disappearing, might I add. Perhaps you should consider a transplant. I consider the new low-cut jeans trousers to be as bad as leggings, as yet again. Those that should never be seen in them are the ones parading our streets with builders' bums and bulging bellies bursting out all over. Yes, I have to say, we haven't mentioned before in this programme, some of the ladies who are wearing new low-cut jeans. It's a mistake. It's a mistake. The bellies are hanging out. It's not a good sight. And indeed, the bums are not quite the shape, but it's the belly hanging over is the one that gets you. And you know they're not pregnant. Do these girls or women not realise that the world is not full of Jonathan Rosses, who blatantly admits to preferring Hattie Jakes to Kaylee or Gerry Halliwell? I will not consider anything by Jonathan Ross. I don't think these bulges are attractive. What's your view? I'm probably just jealous of their youth anyway. Recently bought a thong, but unfortunately the instructions went missing and I'm experiencing a few teething problems. No, you don't floss your teeth with them. You put it on. Visions of sumo wrestlers suddenly spring to mind whilst I examine my attempts to apply and install in the mirror. I'm also having difficulty retrieving. Yes, many's a thong has been lost.
Jim McGuigan's on
Did you know that many's a thong has been lost? Did you know that?
No.
Never to be seen again in some cases. Also the Cozy Bakery...
Twilight?
Also, the Cozy Bakery in Lurgan, frequented now not only by Dan, but also George in recent programmes. Right, okay, that's Dan Gordon. And George Jones, I do believe.
I was listening to John Bennett last night while I was making my tea.
How sad is that?
I was listening to Tea and Toast.
You must be the only one.
No, it wasn't.
What's he playing? Dean Martin and Joseph Locke?
He was playing Eddie Arnold, I think.
Eddie Arnold and Dame Kennedy Calloway.
Eddie Arnold, I'm almost sure it was Eddie Arnold.
Make the world go away.
One of those songs, and then he played a song about one of those singers that you do.
A beautiful dreamer. That was. How we done?
No, you know the ballad singer.
Yeah,
yeah.
The shark, babe. Has such teeth, dear, and it's blowing. Curly white. Oh, that great music got me in its spell. That old black magic that I knew so well. Those fingers up and down my spine. Yes?
Yes, with Jim McGuigan's on one.
That's why the lady. That's why the lady. That's why the lady is a tramp.
Yeah.
Tramp. They don't make them like that.
Did you ever hear...
Remember the fella said to me, a fella who was a well-known singer in this town. I've told this before, but I'm going to tell it again because
Buddy Greco, Mountain Greenery.
No.
Well,
Mel Tormey.
No, Buddy Green.
No,
what a minute.
Mountain Greenery, where God paints the scenery. Just two crazy people together.
Who was the guy that did that, or did all that?
Buddy Greco.
That's what I'm saying then. I was right. But you said it was Mel Tormey.
No, Mel Tormey did Mountain Greenery.
Yeah,
Buddy Greco never said. No, Buddy Greco never did Mountain Greenery.
But it was Buddy Greco was the boy that
That's why the lady. That's why.
Well, I think he did do Mountain Greenery.
That's why the lady is.
Try Mountain Greenery.
Do you remember a fella, a well-known singer in this town? And I say Gerry Stoke London. As you know, there were many bands and musicians in this town, but not so many now because Phil Coulter said they were all great, so they all died. So anyway, there was one fella, a particularly good singer, and I met him in the street one day, and he was musing about days gone by.
Right.
And he said, the business isn't what it was, you know. I said, no, it's all these young fellas with guitars have taken it over. He said, they're all pimply and horrible. I said, yes, they are indeed. As indeed I was myself, pimply and horrible with the guitar at one stage, but he didn't realise that I was the same as them at that time. But he said, all the good singers are dying, he said. He said, Nat King Cole's dead. Perry Como's dead. Frank Sinatra's dead. And you know what? I don't feel too well myself. I always liked that one.
Yes.
And he meant it. I don't feel... And he's since died, God rest him.
He was right.
He was right. He didn't feel too well himself. So.
What about the man on one?
Yes, let me finish this email. The Cosy Bakery in Lurgan, frequented not only by Dan Gordon but also by George Jones in past programmes, must surely be considered a cross-community bakery because there are Catholic-sized portions with all the Protestant taste. In other words, the baps are big, but they taste good. Do you know the way Catholic baps are big, but they don't taste good?
Whoever started something?
And Protestant baps are small, but they taste better, because small things taste better. But this is big Catholic-sized tarts that taste good. So it's cross-community bakery. Finally, read the man going to Disneyland, Gerry, in the famous world of Basil Fawlty. Don't mention the war. I did think we were insensitive, don't you? We were talking about Disneyland the other day, and she wants to know, incidentally, what did Cinderella do? You would love to know. And what?
The man's on one.
Sorry. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Gerry.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
John McGuigan here.
Yes, John.
My daughter's opening a cafe, right?
Oh, she's very foolish. But you know that already.
Right, and she needs second-hand pine tables and chairs.
Pine?
Pine.
Second-hand pine tables and chairs, yes. Okay. Where's she opening her cafe?
In Andersonstown.
Oh, very nice. Whereabouts?
Beside the Andersonstown paper.
Andersonstown News?
The Andersonstown News,
That's a lively enough spot, that. And what's she going to call her cafe?
Oh, now you've asked me. Complicated questions on that.
Right, okay, no problem. So she's looking for second-hand pine tables and chairs?
Yes, please.
All right, then.
So, if any year.
Okay, anyone out there's got any second-hand pine tables and chairs? Maybe someone who had some kind of a business, or maybe, moved on, maybe selling them or whatever, maybe had a cafe, close it down or something or whatever. Because, it's hard enough business, an old cafe.
I know it is, sure
it is, because, there's not a lot of money about. Northern Ireland is on his knees, as you well. You want to be up here in Derrystoke, London, Derry. We are in rapid decline. This town is deteriorating so fast that my head's getting light. But then again, to see prosperity, all one must do is step across the border.
Exactly.
Unbelievable. I was across the border on Sunday and the whole place is buzzing and we were just lying there like a beached whale. Northern Ireland is a beached whale sitting beside the dolphin. Anyway, never mind that. The best of luck to her.
Okay, Gerry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone who's got second-hand pine furniture, chairs, tables for a cafe? Or as
apparently
as Mark Carruthers says, a restaurant.
Apparently the toy mouse can't be got.
Anything can be got, Sean, if a man has a will to get it.
Mary Lindsay phoned and said she can't get it.
Restaurant.
Right?
That's what Mark Carruthers says.
So
restaurant.
The toy mouse.
What?
The toy mouse.
It's what do you say? If you say to your
restaurant.
Yeah. But why are people saying restaurant?
But what about
why are they saying that? They're the type of people that say rubber bullets.
Mary Lindsay.
Look, I was walking across the field the other day and I was chased by a bull. And do you know what? I fired a rubber bullet at it, but the bull wouldn't stop, even though the bullet hit it in the horse. Anyway, what?
It was on Saturday.
Did you ever fire a rubber bullet at a bull, but it was chasing across the field?
Okay, no bother.
What?
The toy mouse can't be got.
I know that, but have you given up so easily? Is this the Dunkirk spirit? What about the little ships? If they had given up halfway across, they'd never got our lads off. So don't you give up, Sean.
All right, then.
The little mouse is out there somewhere. As the girl said to the sailor. Will you try and find that little mouse for the lady? Because it's a child's happiness.
I shall.
Okay.
All right.
I'll play some music in the meantime, cheer the people up.
Oh, yes.
Speck of dust, that's us sitting on a Greyhound bus, and we're a long way from home. You shake hands, make plans, write your story in the sand, and then get ready to run in time. Every time I try to find it, it falls out of my hand. The sign staring through the window says, don't let go. Raise your eyes above all the lies that you hear. From a hole in the ground to a place where the water is clear. There's somewhere I know we both can go. Sunlight, sunlight. front of you. Together we roll, even though at this stage I'm waiting for a brand new wave to crash and swallow me whole in time. Every time I try to find it, it falls out of my hand. A sign staring through the window says, don't let go, no, don't let go. You can find yourself in the eye of a storm and survive. And my heart won't bleed when we get to the end of the ride. There is one thing I know, together we flow. Sunlight, 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 sunlight. You can raise your eyes above all the lies that you hear. From a hole in the ground to a place where the water is clear. There is somewhere I know we both can go. Sunlight, 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 sunlight.
That's the four of us, Sunlight. That's from the new album called Heaven and Earth. Some text messages here. Any chance of playing Where My Heart Will Take Me by Russell Watson? Rod Stewart also sung it in the soundtrack of Patch Adams. Thanks to David from Belfast. That's a wee bit heavy, that, I suppose. Sean Coyles, please do a David Dunseith impersonation. Go on.
For Jim Reeves.
That's not Jim Reeves impersonation. You see, there's no point in asking him. Belfast Falls Road was closed today, it says here, after a suspect device was found in a car. Police later identified it as a tax disc. Thank you for that. Gerry, please give a big shout to the 1st Battalion, the Royal Irish Regiment, who are on the front line ready to attack Iraq. Let's not forget them. Well, I'll tell you what. I was on TV, and I think it was Friday, they did a piece from Iraq in the desert, and they were talking to soldiers who were ready to pounce at Saddam Hussein, and they seemed to be all from Belfast. And then suddenly they announced that the war was going to start on St. Patrick's Day. I said to myself, what's this all about? It's just the Irish. Yeah, what is this? Anyway, it's a straight by just beginning of war on St. Patrick's Day. There'll be words about this in New York and during the parade, I'll tell you. I'm sitting waiting for the last 45 minutes to get into the Royal Victoria Hospital Visitors Car Park. Gerry, do you know what the problem is? I really don't know. Maybe there's some kind of emergency out there, I don't know. Say hello and happy birthday to my who's 50 years old today and never been touched. Maybe he's glad of it. That's love from Betty. And would you two please quit being hypochondriacs and get on with the show? That's from Julie and Johnny, who are on their way to Glasgow. Hi to Mum, Phyllis in Tempo, I think it is. We're not hypochondriacs. Well, no, we're married men. Chipper booked a day's holiday for today and came into work. Please play him a song for his confused mind. There's a man who went on holidays but came into work anyway. You are confused. Definition of a thong. No, we don't read that type of stuff. Ask Gerry, can he find a buyer for 6 full-size exercise toning beds? Can deliver them anywhere. Looks like a failed business to me. I have the mouse, says a man. I will ask my wee girl, will she give it away to that lady? I have 2 texts because it is so noisy in work from the stone crusher. There's a number. We'll give that to the lady. Maybe you could talk your child into giving away her mouse. I shall seek and find you. Oh dear. Oh, there's an offer. I'll print that one out. Did you say a man asked you to do a David Dunseith impression?
Right. Okay, well I'll point that out to him quietly. He shouldn't have read that out, and he was totally out of order. Well, but you see, he read it in all innocence. You see, you understand, he can't fault him. But you see, it's very hard. You see, they just flash up on the screen and Gerry reads them as they come in. So I'll tell him, I will indeed. Wee Tommy, the lorry driver. Okay, Tommy, No, you never said it, no, but we'll discuss this after the show. All right. All right, I'll mark his card. Okay, Tommy. All right, Tommy. Bye.
What? What's his problem?
What are you listening for?
I'm listening because I realise that's something to do with me.
You shouldn't eavesdrop.
I'm sorry, it's... what's the sign say on the door? The Gerry Alderson Show?
Aye, but I was talking to Tommy, the lorry driver.
What he said, so I read out something.
No,
obviously referring... Come on.
No.
Obviously referring to some text message I read. Was the one about the tax disc?
No.
Was the one about the army?
I'm not going to... No.
What? There was no other ones.
Well...
There was the only two controversial ones that I would imagine.
I'm not saying anything.
Go on, don't be such an old fuddy-duddy. Do a David Dunseith impersonation.
It'll only highlight the problem.
Well, go on, give me a clue.
No.
Turn in the David Dunseith.
Alvin wants you.
Alvin?
Alvin? What a great
name's
name.
that?
He's there, so he is.
Good morning, Alvin.
Good morning, Gerry. What about your male son?
What kind of a name's that?
What?
We always been Alvin, have you?
Well, as long as I can remember.
That's a good name, A-L-V-I-N.
A-L-V-I-N. There's not many of us about, John.
No, absolutely right.
Not a favour, my dear boy.
Yes?
About 15 years ago, my wife got a recipe for a cake for celiac people who can't eat gluten and whatnot.
For what kind of people did you say?
Celiacs.
Celiacs?
Celiacs.
How do you spell that?
I have no clue.
Look, I've never heard that. Is that a... What
so
kind
I'm educating you then.
You're indeed. Someone would need to. What's a celiac?
It's people who can't eat gluten and flour.
Gluten and flour?
In flour. There's
In
a
flour.
constituent in flour called gluten, and they can't eat it. It does nasty things to them.
Okay.
Makes them very sick. So,
right, sure.
My wife used to have a recipe for rich fruit cake, which was on one of their calendars a number of years back.
Yes.
But unfortunately, we have misplaced it, and we have a wee business here where we do wedding cakes and all that sort of thing. And somebody would like one, and if possible, if any of your members or any of your listeners could find me this recipe, I'd be overjoyed.
Okay, I think we need a wee bit more detail about the recipe.
Well, it would only be celiac people who would have this.
Yes. Okay. So any celiacs out there who have a recipe for a cake?
Celiacs.
Is that maybe Fettridge in your house, is it?
No, there's no man my Fettridge in our place.
Sounds
but
exactly
I know May's friend very well.
Sounds exactly... Is that your wife?
That's my wife in the background.
Tell her she sounds exactly like May Fettridge. Tell her to give us a shout again. Go on.
Give her a shout again.
No, it's not the same. She's trying to be swanky now. No, the first time when she roared at you.
She roars at me all the time.
No, but she's been swanky now. She noticed in the wireless. She didn't think I heard her the first time, and she was being herself.
I was on the wireless a long time ago.
What did she shout at you the first time?
Celiacs, not philiacs.
What is it?
Celiac.
All right, I still don't know. Sorry about that. But anyway, sure, people who are listening will know.
They should know, yes.
Yeah, so anyone out there who's got that, by all means, we'll let you know. All right, if anyone contacts us, we'll give them your number if you don't mind.
That's all right.
Okay.
First class, you're a gentleman.
Tell her to give us another shout. Go on, tell her to go. Tell her to shout at you. Tell her to shout at you as loud as you can. Your dinner's ready, Alvin. Go on.
Go on, shake.
Tell her to shout.
Just go on, all shake.
No, tell her to shout. Tell her to shout. Your dinner's ready, Alvin. Go on.
Go on, shake my dinner's ready. We used to have this problem the time I done hospital radio with her. I could never get her onto the microphone.
Well, she wasn't a bit shy the first time she opened her bake anyway, was she?
Hey, there's none of them more, boy, are there?
All right then.
Right, thank you very much for your help.
Bye.
Bye now, bye.
Bye. Oh, she was great. There's Eamon Fred's record now. Tell him to send down the money.
Waltz of the years, ever so slow. Years come, years go. Stay in my arms, on through the years, through laughter and tears. It was just some old song he was singing. Soon they were waltzing away, seeing my mother and father laughing and dancing that day. There in the kitchen together, memories, a child's souvenirs. I didn't know they were dancing
dancing the waltz of the years. Waltz of the years, ever so slow. Years come, years go, stay in my arms, on through the years, through laughter and tears. Darling, soon enough the dancing is done, though the melody has only begun. Look at the sunlight pour in through the open door, out and we'll dance in the sun. And it's just some old song that they're playing here on the radio now. Me, I was never a dancer. Maybe I'll manage somehow. I'm so unsure, but you're with me, easing my doubts and my fears. Look at us now and we're dancing, dancing the waltz of the years. Waltz of the years, ever so slow. Years come, years go, stay in my arms, on through the years, through laughter and tears. Darling, soon enough the dancing is done, though the melody has only begun. Look at the sunlight pour in through the open door, out and we'll dance in the sun.
That's the waltz of the years, Eamon Friel. Tell me to set down the money now. Incidentally, by the way, you were talking earlier on to Mr. Coyle about a text message. I read out a text message. Yes, I was caught. I'm not going to repeat that. Thank you for sending that in, sir. But you see, you read out these text messages and you try and filter them out, because you filter them out as you look at them, and you censor them as you look at them, and every once in a while one slips through, and that did slip through. I'm not going to tell you what it was, but I'm sure if you were listening carefully you heard it. I didn't realise it. So it's a benefit of the people who think I did that deliberately. I did not, and I would not. So thank you, sir. And try and keep them a bit clean the next time. What do you think I am, some kind of a genius?
Right, so it's spelled C-O-E-L-A.
Oh, hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, hello, who's that?
This is Anina.
Anina?
Anina Gill.
Anina Gill?
Yes. I was told to ring this number.
Yes.
To say if, I don't know why I was told to ring it, but I lost my purse. I'm a pensioner and I lost my purse on Friday.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Who told you to ring the number then?
Somebody told my husband in the Dunmurry Inn.
Do you know why they told your husband?
I don't.
Because we are the only people who care.
That's probably right.
And that person in the Dunmurry Inn was probably well aware of that.
He must have been.
That person in the Dunmurry Inn was the best person that you could have met, because that's a person who knows the truth.
Yes.
Okay, so where did you lose your purse?
Well, I lost it in Dunmurry.
Dunmurry?
I don't know if you know Dunmurry too well or not, but...
Well, I used to stay in a hotel up there called the Beach Lawn.
Yes, the Beach Lawn's what we were talking about before we go up the Beach Lawns. We're talking to the main Dunmurry Street.
Oh.
And I had it in the hairdressers, and I went into the chemist and I paid £1 for a tin of lacquer.
Yes.
Hair lacquer, I mean, and I gave her the £1 and said, never waited in the change, put the penny in the beer box. But what I'd done with my purse after that, I don't know. but that's just nearly next door to the bank. I went into the bank to cash a £50 cheque that was in it. The purse had gone. Whether it set it down in the chemist, dropped it, or what, I don't know. But within a minute or two, I run back to the chemist, but no one had seen it. And it's really a mystery to me, you know.
You see the cheque? You can cancel that, you know.
Well,
have you done that?
Yeah, my husband done that.
Excellent.
But I'll tell you something else, Gerry. My cashline card was in it, and could they use that as identification for to cash that cheque?
Possibly yes. Possibly yes.
Do you not think they would need to know the number?
Not to cash the cheque, not necessarily. Was it was it crossed? Was the cheque crossed?
No, it was just my husband made it out to me.
Oh well. Well, I would say if it wasn't crossed, the person could, if they had a piece of a card with your name on it, I'd say it wouldn't be too difficult to cash it. I'm sorry to have to tell you that.
It wouldn't be too difficult?
It wouldn't be too hard, no. It wouldn't be too hard. But you might be lucky. When did you lose it?
Friday.
Well, your bank might know today if it's been cashed or not.
Well, my husband checked through the internet there, and so far it hasn't been cashed.
Oh, you're on internet banking?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I'm not, but my husband is.
Your husband seems to have his head screwed on.
Oh, is his head screwed on?
He's not a bit slow.
And this fella that told us your number, is his head screwed on too?
He's got his head screwed on too. Well, I'm sure, let's hope the cheque doesn't turn up as being cashed.
Right.
I would imagine, you might be lucky and you might not.
Well, to buy that cheque, there was a £10 note and a few coppers, you know.
Yeah, okay, but I'm sure it's a cheque you're most worried about.
Oh, yes.
All right.
I wouldn't like to lose the £50.
No.
I get over the £10, like, you know.
I know. All right, anyone out there who would have maybe lifted that and, or whatever, and, or had seen it, or, would give us a ring if they would.
Right.
So I'd say you're a person who'd be normally careful.
Very careful. For I lost it one time before. I'm very particular about it.
Well, you'll watch yourself the next time.
Well, I'm going to buy one with a strap around my neck, Jay, to tell you the truth.
Well, you see, I don't think they're a great idea, because I know fellas that would just take it anyway and pull you along with it.
And that is true. It has happened, hasn't it?
You should get one of them money belts and you put it all into your knickers. That's what they used to do. Were you ever down in Dublin?
I do, and I've done that in Dublin.
Were you ever in Moore Street?
Where?
Moore Street.
No, I wouldn't know it.
Moore Street's changed a bit now, but years ago, it used to be a market. It used to sell fruit and veg and stuff.
Oh yes, I know it, but it wasn't in it the last time it was in Dublin.
The women who worked in the markets were very famous. They all talked like that, mister. Hey, mister, wait. And they used to keep their money in their knickers. And they had a kind of a pouch in there. And they keep their money around there. And they say, hold on a minute, mister, I'll give you your change. How long till I get out of me knickers? You remember those days, Mr. Coyle? Remember we stood for hours watching. Anyway, this woman's, keep an eye out for this. Anyone rings up who's got this woman's purse.
Right.
All right, love, okay.
Thanks very much, Jay. It was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you, love.
Bye.
Bye. I know what that text was now.
Right, okay. Coeliac.
What?
Celiac.
Coeliac.
Celiac.
Yeah, okay.
The mouse has been found.
Okay. I've got a text here of the lady who's got one, but I'm afraid to ring it up in case it's one of those dirty ones.
No, it's all right. The mouse has been found.
By whom? By which mouse catcher?
Oh, I don't know.
Is he going to sell the lady of the mouse, or is
we got a phone call asking about Geordie. Will he be going to the video of the goat show in Banbridge Golf Club tonight? Will you ring him and ask him?
Did he not mention something about that?
Is he speaking at it, or what is going on?
If he is, I'd love to hear it.
Can you imagine that?
Showing the video and then him getting up and talking after.
It's a video of a goat show.
Oh, I'd pay money to hear that. I'd pay money to hear Geordie speaking after a video.
Well, I don't know if he is or not.
He'd be making a presentation.
And a lady called Adrienne Carlin phoned in to say that she would like to thank the lady who found her purse here in Derry, handed into, and the staff of Grant's shop, and she really appreciates their kindness and their honesty.
Don't be so smarmy.
That's so hateful, isn't it? He's so hateful.
What do you hear this person singing here? She's better than Mrs. Miller.
There's a call! That's a bad CD. That'll not play.
Who's that singing?
It's a cheap CD.
Who's that singing?
That's a man.
Yeah. Who is it? You're right, there's an
interference. It's a bad CD.
Maybe that is?
No, let's guess.
Come on.
Do you think?
Penny Tom.
It's Tiny Tim.
Yeah, Tiny Tim.
Gerry knows.
Gerry knows. Well, I
All right.
didn't. Well, there you are now.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Where's the person?
That's me.
Where are you? What? Oh, sorry. Where are you? What? What's going on here? Hello. I can't hear myself. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly well. You just went into a blind panic.
What happened there?
You panicked.
Oh, my lights went off.
You panicked. There's a call on 2. It's all we try to tell you.
You should tell me more clearly. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Gerry.
Sorry, I panicked.
You're okay.
It's all right.
Gerry, tell you what it is. One of my customers has asked me to ring you. There's a wee lady up in Banbridge, and she had a wee schnauzer dog, and it died before Christmas.
I know. Oh, hold on a minute. Was that not the lady? Oh, somebody was contacting me about a wee schnauzer dog that was missing and was run over just last week. It's not that one, no?
No, I don't think so.
All right, okay.
I don't think so.
Right.
Well, the neighbours have collected to get her a wee schnauzer pup. So they have, and they can't buy it here in Northern Ireland. They have to bring it in from Birmingham.
Why can you not buy a wee schnauzer here?
No, there must be nobody that breeds them here.
Oh, there must be somebody.
Well, now, I don't. I only telling you what I'm doing this for somebody.
Oh no, that's okay.
And well, they've got a wee pup. They got it on the internet through a breeder, and it's an 8-week-old wee schnauzer pup.
Mm-hmm.
And they bring it over here.
Yeah.
It's near £200 on the plane.
Oh, well, on the plane alone?
Yeah. Yeah.
You must be riding first class.
No, that's just what it is.
200 quid for a schnauzer
Near
to fly...
It's £168 to be exact.
For a schnauzer to fly from Birmingham to Belfast?
Yes. And it's £38 for the person here to go over and back. It's £38 return for a person, but it's £168 to bring a dog over.
I can't believe that.
Well, that's what it is.
It's so horrible, that. No wonder the dogs are staying put. Well, what can we do about that, then?
Well, I was wanting to know, is there any possibility of anybody listening to you that is going into Birmingham? You know, the lady who has the wee pup would meet anywhere in, you know, Birmingham.
So maybe a lorry driver or somebody?
Yeah.
And would the schnauzer be in a wee box?
I'm sure it would be, yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't want to have
no, well, she's, you know, the lady who has it's not just going to hand it over, you know, in her hands. I wouldn't imagine.
No.
It wouldn't be much of a breeder if she did that.
Oh, no, she wouldn't do that anyway. So
no.
maybe some guy in a lorry. So she would meet him anywhere.
In Birmingham.
Yeah, and where's the pub going back to again?
Banbridge.
Banbridge?
Yeah. But even if it got, you know, obviously it'd be a ferry. A lorry driver would be coming over on.
Yeah.
Would that be the Liverpool ferry?
I really don't know.
I don't know either. But the lady's son would meet the lorry driver off the boat.
Yeah, I think we've got a couple of contacts already. Do we have?
No, I've got two names here and 2 phone numbers of people who... one man, Alan Lavery's wee dog recently had a litter. I think he's got pups for sale.
Well, you see, there may be...
Billy Campbell's got pups.
Yeah, there may be no need to do that. What we have, we've got schnauzer pups for sale here.
Oh,
have you already bought the one in England?
I think he has. I think they have. They collect it, you see, and I would say, you know, in order for the lady to keep the pup for them, they would have had to pay.
Well, find out. Find out if they can cancel that.
Which then Alan's might be sold.
You always make things complicated.
No. What if that lady
did you not just say that there are schnauzer pups for sale?
Right. Yes.
And suddenly they might be all sold.
No, but listen. What's that girl's name?
I don't know. Kate. Sorry.
If Kate decides to cancel her schnauzer...
It's not me, I'm only
You've never
an
said
agent
that
for somebody.
You've never said that before, if Kate decides to cancel her schnauzer. That's the first time in your life you've ever said that,
right, yeah.
isn't it?
Aye.
Go and say it again.
If Kate decides to cancel her schnauzer...
That's great, isn't it?
Sounds great,
yeah.
The time she was back to book her schnauzer here in Northern Ireland, Alan's schnauzers could all be gone.
You've never had to say a sentence like that before in your life.
No.
You're happy saying that sentence.
So you understand?
We leave it up to you. We've got people here who can sell you a schnauzer. And also we'll ask someone out there if they're prepared to pick up a schnauzer pup in Birmingham and bring it back to Belfast, probably.
All right.
So there's two options.
I'm only an agent for somebody. I can't say yes, I or no, you know.
You're a schnauzer agent. All right, well, here, think about that. Come back to us tomorrow if you want to do something different.
Right.
First of all, see if you can cancel your own schnauzer, and then we'll give you the numbers of the people who have schnauzers for sale here.
No, she might be as well checking with the schnauzer.
Keep your schnauzer out of it.
Well, listen, would you put me back on to Sean there, and I get the phone numbers of him now
With the
and
greatest
pass
pleasure.
them on to the people.
All right then. Bye.
That's lovely.
The goat
Thank you.
man's there.
Bye.
Bye.
That's great schnauzer talk.
Yes, your goat man's there.
What goat man?
Your goat man, Geordie.
Is he?
Yeah,
Where is
his
he?
show tonight. He's on 2.
Geordie.
One then.
Try one then. Geordie.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to the thing tonight?
Oh, yes. Hopefully there's boys coming down and lifting me.
Well, what are you going to do?
Oh, there's a video all about milk and goats and then...
There's a video about milk and goats? Where's it going to be shown?
In the golf...
Club?
I think it's a golf in Bridge.
Where is it? What
a golf
club?
course.
What golf... probably the clubhouse, I assume. Where is it?
In Bridge.
What? For God's sake. Where are you going? What? Banbridge Golf Club, is it?
Yes.
Banbridge Golf Club.
And there's a video about goats.
Why are they showing that?
Well, our goats is getting acquired this now with especially old Billy the Buck and all.
Yes.
You know. So.
And then are you going to give a talk after?
Oh, I'll have a bit of a yarn.
Well, can anybody come along to that?
Oh, yes, certainly.
Is there any charge at all? Is there a fee to hear you?
I don't think so. Well, it might be. I couldn't really say now, but they just come to lift me and they want me to be at it.
What time are you going to be speaking at? Or what time do you have to be there at?
I would say maybe so. Likely phone. I would say maybe around 8 or so. Or...
I would say that I'd say you'd be on your feet about 10.
Oh, aye.
And then you'd be on your back about 11.
Maybe before it.
Yeah. I'd say there'd be the odd wee drop of the crater there.
Bye-bye. Oh, well, surely.
All right, so anyone who's interested in that maybe should perhaps go along to Banbridge Golf Club tonight.
Okay, Gerry.
Let me know tomorrow how you get on and
I
tell
will
me the
indeed.
gist. What will be the gist of your talk?
Well, yes, as long as I don't get wallpaper the way I have one doing.
Well, you could start off with that.
Oh, yes.
Talk about the hazards of wallpapering
yes.
in the presence of a goat.
That's right.
All right, well, good luck tonight.
Right, okay, Gerry.
Bye.
Bye.
Come back to us tomorrow.
I will.
Bye.
Bye.
Speaking of matters, barnyard. There we are. You don't hear that too often. That's the Hen House 5+2. That's the Glenn Miller song called In the Mood. That's about all we have time for. We'll be back tomorrow. If you want to send me a letter, write to me, Gerry Anderson, care of BBC Radio 4, Derry Stoke, Londonderry, and that'll get me. You can send me an email, gerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk. And once again, thank you again for the mainly crude text messages. Back tomorrow. Goodbye.
92.